Now it's my pleasure to introduce our first speaker today, Maricopa County Attorney Bill Montgomery. Mr. Montgomery was first elected Maricopa County Attorney in a special election in 2010 and re-elected in 2012 on a pledge to fight crime, honor victims' rights, and protect and strengthen our community. As a West Point graduate, decorated Gulf War veteran, former deputy county attorney, and a professional prosecutor, he has dedicated his life to personal and professional service to others. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to Mr. Bill Montgomery.
Thank you very much, Admiral Pittman. First Sergeant, it's good to see the Desert Storm veterans have aged so well. Senator McCain, Mr. Brandt, Grand Marshals, fellow veterans, family members, and supporters of veterans. Let me start by noting the great support provided by APS to the Phoenix Veterans Parade. As a veteran myself and one who greatly appreciates the involvement of APS in supporting community programs and activities, APS's donation of $15,000 in offering the assistance of so many volunteers is outstanding. Similarly, I want to recognize Liberty Buick, General Dynamics C4 Systems, KTAR, Tri-West Healthcare Alliance, azstrong.com, U-Haul International, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, Humana, Palo Verde, University of Phoenix, Choice Hotels International, Law Tigers, Magical Marketing, Snell and Wilmer, and the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian community for their generosity and support of the Phoenix Veterans Parade in particular, and for their support of veterans the other 364 days of the year. All of our sponsors recognize the value that a veteran can bring to an organization: duty, honor, commitment to accomplishing any task assigned. And those aren't just characteristics of capable service members, they are also enviable characteristics of great employees in any field or endeavor. Within APS, I want to recognize Eric Fleming and Anthony Herrera for their work on the Honoring Arizona's Veterans Board, and Steve Yamamori, Aaron Dudley, Terry Ricketts, and Abby Schultz for their work on the parade team. Thank you. This year's parade has a particularly special focus on World War II veterans. The sacrifices of over 16 million Americans, including over 350,000 women, who served in uniform from 1939 to 1945, literally saved the world from fascism and the brutal oppression of totalitarian regimes. Unfortunately, it's estimated that 555 World War II veterans are leaving us each day, and that by the end of this year, approximately 1 million will be left among us. In Arizona, we have roughly 30,100 World War II veterans, with most in their 90s. We cannot, we must not, and with the continued vigilance of groups such as Honoring Arizona's Veterans and the corporate sponsors already mentioned, along with our community partners, we will not forget the accomplishments of America's greatest generation. Were we to forget, future generations might foolishly underestimate threats to our liberty and let our nation sleepwalk while evil gathers, coalesces, and grows until the threat is unmistakable and the duty to confront it and defeat it unavoidable, but at a far greater cost. We would also forget the kind of character that is in the DNA of every American, intertwined with the love of our founding traditions and principles expressed in the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and our Bill of Rights. We might question whether we as Americans could bear again the loss of life dearly paid to drive the Nazis first from North Africa, then Italy, and then to take beachheads at Normandy and to drive inland until victory was secured. We might wonder whether we would have the endurance to fight as we did in the Pacific, in the Coral Sea, at Midway, New Guinea, Guam, Wake Island, Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Saipan, the ultimate return to the Philippines, Iwo Jima, and Okinawa. But thanks to Paula Padine, founder and chair of the Phoenix Veterans Parade, recognizing World War II veterans in this year's parade helps ensure we can keep the legacy alive in our conscience. The tale of the American soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, and Coast Guardsman from World War II is a tale reflected in subsequent generations of service members from Korea to Vietnam to Operation Desert Storm and Operations Iraqi Freedom and Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. Our Grand Marshals are honorable representatives of those who served at each of those times. In closing, let me note that for those who served during times of peace, you know well that the duty to protect our nation's freedom calls for vigilance. Your vigilance and work to be prepared for war might foolishly be counted only as a cost, but to the degree you kept our enemies at bay because they knew better than to test us, the reward for your vigilance is priceless.